So yeah, walking around this job centre, just finished up at Islington. This is right across the road. So yeah, we're just going to have a little look. They've got updated opening hours, recording equipment not permitted, but then how is that enforceable? As always.
Yes, sir.
You alright, mate? How you doing?
Yes. You have an appointment?
No, I don't have an appointment. Thank you. What's that for? Is that the appointment list?
Yeah.
Oh, G4. Are you G4S?
Yes.
G4S shouldn't be handling that. It's against data protection rules. I have it on good authority from G4S themselves.
To do it.
You're not allowed to handle that information. I did a freedom of information request with G4S. You're not allowed to handle that. It has to be job centre employees. But yeah, that really shouldn't be handling that. You're not trained under data protection to handle that information. That's people's private information, that. We've got the cost of living payment information there. We've got another one there with that QR code. That one's probably easier to pause and scan. Sorry, if you're right, if I just reach over, you just get a picture of these. Is that all right? You're all right. I just need to reach over just so I can get them in the picture. Thank you. It's very kind.
33,000 a year you can earn. 33,000 a year you can earn, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. 33,000's it's all right. Well, for London, it's average, I suppose. Yeah. There we go. That should be covered up as well. Look at all that personal information that I've just taken a picture of. All that personal information is on display for everybody, my friend. It shouldn't be on display, should it? That's names, details. What's it got on there?
I don't think that's a person you should be addressing.
No, it's not. It is, but you know, like, yeah, I agree. I agree. But yeah, that shouldn't be on display, my friend. That should be covered up. You know, because it's got people's names and things on it, my friend. Yeah, data protection, exactly, my love. It's got the name, company name, work address.
Sign in.
Yes, of course they need to sign in, but you need to keep it covered when it's not in use.
I'm not being rude to you.
No, I appreciate that, and I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm just trying to give you advice. But, you know, that's got people's names on it, where their company is. So from this information, if I had bad intentions, I could then figure out who that person is, where they work, and I could go and stalk them. I could go and find them at their place of work. It's not good information to have on display, my friend. Okay, it's dangerous for people. It's people's private information. That's the issue, and it's the same with that. Like, that's why you shouldn't be handling that appointment list. It should be job centre staff. Privacy notice from TfL.
No, just to explain to you. No, but don't excuse me. I booked the appointment today, and I guarantee you've got an email to tell you that your appointment's on the 22nd. Okay, end of. No more conversation. I guarantee you. Go home, check your laptop. No. I guarantee. Don't worry. I'm not worried. Why you send this information? I don't know. I'm not worried. Why you send it? Well, I am not for moving. I cannot move. I am with spinal confusion. Okay. How much? Sorry?
Why should I come today?
No, that's not second. You're not read it properly. You're not read it.
I'm reading the way I understand.
Look, I'm sorry, your English is not so good. You've been hooked up 30 seconds. Would you like to send you via the email my documents? All my documents are with me. Just take them and just read the message.
I'm not going down there. Just looking at the posters and that.
Don't worry. Don't worry. read the message and then
Very bureaucratic, very bureaucratic.
work it out.
Work it out. What a way for a government employee to talk to a citizen. Very disgusting. That attitude is disgusting, my friends. Yeah, but it's not the attitude. You need to be more polite and courteous. That attitude is unacceptable.
By the way, who you are? You didn't introduce yourself to me.
I don't need to introduce myself. That's an unacceptable way for a government employee to address a
And then
citizen.
come and say whatever you want to. That is not acceptable.
It is. Well, they're doing it to that citizen, and they're government
That is
employees. They work for the government. They need to be more
Very
respectful.
nicely to the guy.
He did not. Did
He
you hear
did.
what he was
I'm
saying?
here. He
It's all
did.
on the camera. It's all picked up. That was not an acceptable way.
It's not.
Pardon?
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. It's the way that... No, it's the attitude that they gave them whilst they were telling them. It was a very bad attitude, very bad. The things that he was saying, the tone of his voice that he was saying in it was unacceptable for a government employee to say to a citizen. They are a government employee. Yes.
Hale obviously was trying to explain the reason why he is late.
Yes, and I
So
appreciate
fine.
Yeah, and that's
we'll
fair
deal
enough.
with you,
Yeah.
and that was what they were dealing with
Yes,
him.
yes, but
What more would you have
But
expected
it's
to
the
say?
way that he spoke to the person. It's the way that he spoke to him, and it was very snappy, it was very rude, it was very condescending. It was not an acceptable way for a government employee.
Before you come in,
No, it's okay. No, because
The other guy also wasn't listening to the response.
whether or not a citizen is listening, he's a government employee.
They're both
Okay.
human beings.
Yes, I know, and I appreciate that. But he's a government employee. He's here to do a job, and he needs to be professional about it, doesn't he? You know, you're being very professional. You're being very calm, despite the fact that I'm challenging. You're being very calm about it. This is what I expect from them when they're talking to a citizen when they are a government employee. Okay, we pay for this service with our taxes. We don't expect to be spoken to condescendingly by our...
Paying taxes,
Yes, yeah, they are, but they're paying taxes from money that we pay them. We pay them from our taxes, and then they pay taxes from that. You know, and that's how it works. It's like our taxes cover your wages while you're working here because you're hired through DWP. You have a contract with them. So, like, when you pay taxes, it's coming out of money that we've already paid our taxes. You're paying taxes out of taxes. Okay? So, yes, we fund... Pardon?
What do you do?
I record public information in public places, and when I see things like that go wrong, because I'm recording, that evidence will now go up to... Yes, this will now go up to the MP for DWP. I'll be sending them an email directly with the link to view the footage, and letting them know about the attitude of the staff here.
So you've been doing that for how long?
Oh, quite a while. Quite a long
The
time.
response you got is what?
Quite positive. I've had, so in situations like this, I've had G4S security assault me with no reasonable grounds, and I've managed to get them fired. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you're entitled to your opinion,
Sure.
but we can't actually have you filming here. You actually come in for under license, got the message up front.
It says there's no recording equipment allowed. So is that nobody's allowed in here with a mobile phone?
You're allowed in here with a mobile phone.
But that's recording equipment. It doesn't say no recording. It says no recording equipment. So that unless you're banning blanketly everybody to bring a mobile phone in here, then I will accept your argument.
can
Unless
come
you're
on-
doing that.
Yeah, but we
There
still
you go.
cannot ask.
I suggest you bring up the policy on it because I'm aware that there's a memo from March this year that says that people are allowed to record in a public place. Okay, because this is not an appointment-only job centre, it would state so on the door. I'm allowed to come in and look at the information. That makes this a public place, and therefore I'm allowed to record. It clearly states it in the memo.
Absolutely.
Okay.
However, but you walk in here under license, which specifies there's no recording.
It doesn't.
It does.
The
There's
memo
a
from the
sign out there.
DWP states
Either
otherwise.
way, I'll ask you to stop recording.
I'm not going to stop
Okay.
recording.
Or
I'm not going to stop recording. I'm sorry, but you've started recording me without letting me know.
No. It is my responsibility because we've been told you people are not supposed to, without permission.
we're going to ask you, please stop recording. I don't give you permission to record us.
Okay. I don't give you permission to record me. How about that one?
All right. So
Okay.
our next step will be to call the police. Okay.
No, they're just across the road. You can run over and grab them.
How about we just stop everything in peace and then just move on to,
Unfortunately, I can't do that because I said, there have been things going on here that I've noticed as soon as I've walked in the door that are data breaches. There are attitudes from the DWP staff that are unacceptable. Okay, and now they said they're going to call the police, and if they're going to call the police and waste the police's time when the police can't get involved with this, then what I'm going to do next is wait for the police to come. So I'm just going to wait for the police to come because I don't want them coming here and then have to go looking for me. That's a waste of their time further, and I don't want to waste the police's time. But yeah, so I'm just going to continue recording the information that's available to the public. I really appreciate how calm and professional you've been. You've been very good. It's not often you get that from G4S, unfortunately. That's blank on the other side, so is that one. You know, it's just the way that, the sign on the door, he was saying it says no recording equipment allowed, but then you got QR codes for people to come and scan, so it's a very old sign that needs updating.
I realise there are other people down here that
Oh sure, and I'll blank them out, yeah, absolutely, like I'll blank them out of any footage. That I'm not here to film claimants, that's not what I'm here to do.
So you basically looking at a rule that says a mobile phone is not, shouldn't record.
But yeah, but there is no rule that says that, unfortunately.
You're looking for that specific word, mobile phones.
Well,
But
not
mobile
necessarily.
phone could also be a recording.
It could, so exactly. So you can't ban people from using recording equipment when a mobile phone is a recording equipment.
You use it to take a photo of there, like if
Exactly.
you're looking for a job, but
Yeah.
recording is just something that you're exposing other
Not
people's
really.
faces.
Not really.
People are holding it. You just mentioned earlier that to my colleague you
Mm-hmm.
said that this is the list is DWP.
Sure.
Yes, but when you do recording, you're also exposing people who
No, because
claim
if I put that anywhere visible to the public, I will always make sure that I blank out any personal information because I don't want to be the one responsible for sharing that information. I record it and make sure that I get it because then when I forward it to the ICO, who are responsible for data handling, they are like the government body that's in charge of prosecuting for data breaches. So I'll be forwarding it to them and I'll be forwarding it to the DWP and I won't blank it out in those two
Do you
instances.
have a YouTube channel?
Pardon?
Do you have a YouTube
You've been
channel?
seeing this before, haven't you? But yeah, so yeah, we go around and expose and hold governments accountable. Like G4S shouldn't be handling.
Enjoy what you do?
I do very much so. Yeah, I enjoy it much more when I get to have a pleasant conversation.
You also enjoy getting kicked out of the place?
Oh, the police can't kick me out. That's the thing. The police have no power to kick me out from here. Like, unless I'm being aggressive towards you, which obviously I'm not. And if you said I was, that would be a lie. But if I was being aggressive towards you, they could get involved. But at the moment, if anybody asked me to leave, it would become a civil issue. It's called civil trespass, which the police have no power to get involved with. So the police have no power to kick anybody out. And that's why I like to wait and make sure the situation is cleared up with the police, because I don't want them then looking for me to come and find me and detain me and question me on the street. It's wasting their time looking around for me. What's the point? And I need these people to understand that they can't call the police on things like that. This is a public place in a government building that we pay for. We have the right to come and have a look around.
So you're going to stay there until then?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
You're a man of your words.
Pardon?
You stick with your words.
Oh, absolutely. You've got to have conviction in a job like this. You can't.
I'm just to separate you lot in peace.
Pardon, sorry?
I'm just to separate both of you lot in peace and then
Yeah.
live in peace.
I mean, I will leave in peace, absolutely. But yeah, only when some education has been learnt, unfortunately. Like I said, I'm on this phone, I can't. But yeah, I actually have a copy of the memo from the DWP that states, as I was trying to explain to the employee, that in a public place people are allowed to film. DWP generally have a policy of no recording, but they can't stop it in a public place. And maybe the office space down there may not count as a public place, but like this area, the waiting area with all the public information, that would count as a public place. And it does state, we are allowed to record in public places. If I didn't come here and do this today, I wouldn't have been able to highlight the fact that there are data breaches going on at this job centre. I wouldn't have been able to highlight that there are staff talking in a very condescending and rude manner to claimants. Regardless of the situation, that person may have been late, they may have missed their appointment, they may have got the days mixed up, whatever it was that was going on, a claimant should never have to deal with being spoken to like that by a government employee. It's not right, and people often think of government employee as maybe a member of parliament or the prime minister or the police, but these guys are also government employees.
You said you got the DWP contacted you?
Yes.
And what did they do after that? What was the outcome?
Like I said, it depends on the situation. Sometimes I've had a response, so where I've managed to, like when I was assaulted by G4S in a DWP site, those G4S security were ended up being fired because they way overstepped their bounds. I've had DWP members of staff taken up on disciplinary matters for the way that they approached, spoken to, and things like that. The data breaches, I've revisited job centres where I've noticed data breaches after I've reported it, and gone back, and sometimes like you go back, revisit and check that things have changed.
So I have a question for you. Like,
Yeah, of course.
For example, you said to my colleague on G4's website, there is no way that says you can use the list.
No, I did a freedom of information request with to G4S to ask. Actually, no, I did it to DWP actually. So I did a freedom of information request to DWP because they're a government body. They have to respond within certain time frames, and they have to give you information that you request. So I requested information saying.
I'm talking about the personal data.
Yeah. I'm against that. So I did a freedom of information request, and I asked the question. Can you provide me with the information that says G4S are allowed to handle appointment lists and personal information of claimants? And they responded saying G4S are not allowed to do this. That is not in your contract. Your contract is to stand here, be security, observe, intervene with any security issues. But you should not be handling. You can say to somebody when they come in, do you have an appointment? Yes, okay, then go see this member of staff and they'll deal with you. But you should not be looking at people's personal information. It's not in your remit. It's not in your training to handle people's private information. The DWP were very clear on it. So when I see that for me, data breaches are a huge thing for me, especially in a government building. It's very unacceptable.
But it doesn't look like it's data breaching though. All we did was like help those people out to allocate them.
Yes, but now without the correct training.
That make life a little bit easier between the customers and advisors.
But without the correct training, without the knowledge, without sufficient
What is
knowledge.
the correct training?
So when people work here, when I've worked in like retail stores and things, we have to go through rigorous training on GDPR and data protection to know how to handle people's information. When these DWP staff work here, they'll have to go through very similar training to understand the severity and the consequences of data protection.
Okay, according to your work, what is the consequences?
Well, if data is not correctly handled, people's information can be leaked. So, for example, look at this now, right? I'm zooming in on that appointment list that he's holding in his hand and taking a photo of it. That's got people's names on it, probably first name, surname, maybe God knows what other information. This zoom in actually isn't that great, it's a bit grainy, but you've got the latest iPhone, the latest Galaxy phone. That's clear as day, that information. I could go away, look up that person, find their address, find their personal... No, but from their name, and I know that they're local to this job centre. I could look on online directories to find out people. And yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, you can do a lot of damage to people's personal information. Just the ICO say personal information is anything that makes a living person recognisable.
Yeah.
But you've been told to go.
Yeah.
But, no worries, I'll be around anyway. But thank you for the conversation.
Let's just break this in peace anyway. So
You're very diplomatic, I like it. But
no need for us.
no. But
Okay, take care.
you take care. Bye bye. Yeah, she was very polite, very diplomatic. Happy to listen and discuss. Probably one of the more intelligent G4S people that I've spoken to. Yeah, so we're just going to hang around here. And I'm just going to wait for the police. Oh, there's another notice board over here actually. just going to take a seat here and wait around a little bit. Look at that. We've got a big old sign there. Start your career today in London's Metropolitan Police Service. Maximum IQ requirements, and you have to score very high on a corruption scale. Maybe that's what I should have done for my PhD, is looked into corruption within the police service and the psychology behind it. See if I could develop a corruption scale for the police to use to make sure that people have a certain score before joining. Here they come. How you doing?
Good yourself?
Not too bad. Be better.
All good?
Be better if the police hadn't been called on me.
So what's your issue? You got any problems?
Got no issues at all. I've got issues, but nothing that you have the authority to deal with. It has to go to the Information Commissioner office, so it's outside of your remit. So I'm not going to bother you with it.
Okay. So you're just going to sit here and record, or did you want to talk to one of the members of staff? Or was it
I've already spoken to the members of staff, but they don't seem to be taking on board anything that I've given them advice on.
So what was your queries to them?
No queries, advice.
What was your advice?
The fact that the G4S security shouldn't be handling personal information, they don't have the correct training. I have word from DWP on that. And just the way that they were speaking to claimants when I came in, and I was like recording some information on the leaflets, and I could overhear the way that they were talking to a claimant was very rude, condescending, and just generally disgusting. Not the way you would expect a government employee to talk to a citizen. It was very rude, so I said to them that that's unacceptable, and I will be reporting that to the appropriate person, who will be the MP for the DWP. I'll be reporting that directly to them.
That's the correct way to go
Absolutely,
with it, so.
yeah. So I was just recording, and then they said, you need to stop recording. I said, no, it's a public place, I can record here. And then they said, well, they're going to call the police. And I said, well, if they're going to waste your time to get you here, I'm not going to make you waste your time then looking for me. I'll wait for you, so you can tell them that I'm in a public place, I can record, you can't kick me out, and then we can all move on with our day.
It's not with our times, but obviously if you've got quite... So are you a customer?
There's no customers, there's claimants.
So are you dealing with...
No, I just came in to have a look around at the information on the boards and stuff and see how this job centre was handling people's data, something that I'd taken interest in, government bodies.
Can I just ask, are you recording?
I am, yes.
Okay, so we're also recording.
There we go, finally got there. I was going to pull you up on that because it was a bit late on that one.
Okay.
You should have told me as soon as you turned your camera on.
Were you recording conversations with...
No, I was recording information on a conversation that I overheard. The camera might have picked it up, I'm not sure. But even if it did, they shouldn't be having that conversation in a public place, should they?
Okay. Obviously, there's an expectation of privacy if claimants are sitting at the desk over there. It's a sort of cordoned off area.
No, it's not cordoned off at all, though, is it?
Privacy screens.
Yeah, but I wasn't there. I was at the desk where all that public information. So the issue there comes. If I'm recording, if I'm not recording, okay, and I overhear a private conversation and I overhear private details, that's still a data breach, whether I've recorded it or not. The fact that I've heard it is the data breach.
I'm not really interested in data breaches.
I am. I really am.
It's not our business.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said to you as the ICO. That's why I didn't really want to bother you with it.
You've been asked to leave by staff, so you have to leave.
I haven't been asked to leave at all.
You want this gentleman to leave?
Don't solicit a trespass. What? Don't solicit a trespass and nod your head. Who are you? What's your collar number there?
1798.
1798 CN.
Just told me he's asked you to leave.
And CN22. Well, he's lied to you then. He's lied to you. It's all recorded on camera, so he's lied to you.
Yeah, he's saying he's never been asked to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just confirm that that's his leave.
You've asked me to stop recording.
And you continue to record.
Yeah, you never once asked me to leave.
Okay. So can we just confirm? No longer
so you're still soliciting a trespass?
Can you just confirm to me, for his benefit, because there's obviously a bit of debate over this, is he welcome on the premises or not?
No. If he can leave because he's refusing to stop recording us.
Can't really be clearer than that.
Okay. In that case, is that something that you two can get involved in?
Well, you're not trespassing.
Is that a police matter?
We will assist him in removing
It's a civil issue. You don't have the power.
We will assist him in
That's a civil issue.
I'm not going to argue this with you. We will assist him in removing you. I'm aware it's a civil matter. I know what I'm doing.
You clearly don't.
We will assist him in removing you.
Okay.
And we will use reasonable force to do that.
You don't have the power to do that. This is not my first rodeo here,
I
Constable.
get your auditing, it's fine.
It's not
I
exactly.
know what I'm doing and I know my
You really
rights.
don't, clearly, because you're threatening to put hands on me.
So, there's an easy way to do this and there's a difficult way.
Yeah, the easy way is for you to understand your remit.